Close your eyes for just a moment. Listen to the absolute quiet. Now, open them. Welcome to our very first explainer. Today we're diving into a realm where the light doesn't quite reach, breaking down the documented moments that absolutely defy all logic.
Somewhere, right now, a case file is still open. A whole civilization vanished, without a single scream ever being recorded. A man cheated death, and it literally nearly broke him doing it. And, in a quiet house, something moved that really shouldn't have.
You see, these aren't just stories. They're actual records. They've been documented, investigated, and argued about by experts for decades. Because some things truly are stranger than fiction. Every single event we're going to cover here actually happened.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the unexplained pulled out of the dark. Welcome to the channel. I'm really glad you're here. And honestly, looking at the sheer volume of the unexplained out there, I'm kind of surprised you made it this far without looking over your shoulder. This channel is the place where the unexplained, the forgotten, and the unbelievable get pulled right out of the dark, structured clearly, and put directly in front of you. Now, you might notice that most explainer channels pick one lane and stay there forever. Well, we're not doing that. We absolutely refuse to stick to one lane, because the world doesn't only have one kind of unbelievable. It actually has four. The four pillars of the unbelievable. There are crimes that were never solved. That's Mystery Week. There's history that vanished without any explanation. That's History Week. There are ordinary people who did the impossible to survive. That's Survival Week. And of course, there are the nights people swear something else was in the room with them. That's Paranormal Week. Starting right now, I'm bringing you one meticulously researched story every single week, rotating through these four worlds and told exactly the way it deserves to be told. Same intensity, same obsession with getting the details right. Basically, 4 different ways to lose sleep. So let's look a little closer at the first pillar. November 1971. A man calling himself Dan Cooper boards a flight at a rainy Portland airport. He pays cash, orders a drink, and by the time that plane lands, he's completely gone. He parachuted out mid-flight directly into a freezing storm, clutching a bag of stolen cash. And he was never seen again. Over 50 years later, and the FBI still doesn't have an answer. That right there is a Mystery Week explainer. Unsolved crimes, cold cases, the ones that still actively haunt investigators today. And it's just one of dozens waiting for you.
Then we have History Week. You know, History Week doesn't do clean timelines. It does disappearances. Around the year 900, one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. I mean, we're talking about a culture with cities, mathematics, and astronomy centuries ahead of their time. They simply began to empty out. Within just a few generations, the great Maya city stood overgrown and completely abandoned in the jungle, reduced to stone carvings and ruins. There's no war record that explains it fully. There's no single natural disaster that accounts for it all. Just silence. Absolute silence. Exactly where millions of people used to be. These are those terrifying moments the past completely refuses to explain.
From there, we shift to survival. 800. A hiker, totally alone in a deep desert canyon in Utah. An 800-pound boulder suddenly shifts and pins his arm right to the rock wall. 5 whole days pass. No water left. No one is coming. So he makes a decision most of us honestly cannot even imagine making. He survives. These are the true stories of ordinary people facing real limits, unforgiving terrain, and that exact moment, they simply refuse to stop. That is Survival Week. And finally, Paranormal Week. Picture it, 1977, a quiet, dim suburban home, furniture moving completely on its own, and a child's voice speaking in a tone that definitely isn't hers. Investigators, police, and journalists all documented it, and to this very day, nobody has fully explained what actually happened in that house. Paranormal Week isn't about cheap jump scares. It's an explanation of the documented case files that made highly trained skeptics go completely quiet. An escape no one can explain. A civilization that vanished. A man who refused to die. A house that wouldn't stay quiet. One story every single week. Moving on to Section 2, the ask, surviving the first few months. Look, I want to be completely honest with you about something important right now. This channel is brand new. There's no algorithmic push yet, there's no massive built-in audience. It's really just the data, the source material, and whoever's willing to give these structured explainers a chance. So if a story landed with you today, even just a little bit, hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. If you have 30 seconds, please drop a like. It literally costs you nothing, and it's the single biggest reason a new channel does or doesn't get put in front of more people. And if there's one person you know who'd get chills from a documented visual breakdown exactly like this one, send it to them. Share it. Because honestly, that's genuinely how a channel like this survives its first few months out here in the dark.
So here's what I'd love for you to do. I want you to go down into the comments and tell me, which category do you want first? Are we doing mystery, history, survival, or paranormal? Seriously, I mean that. I'm going to be reading every single one of your comments to see exactly what records we open up next. We're building this library of the unknown together. Somewhere, right now, there is a case file still open. And next week, we open it. I'll see you in the dark.